Here we're going to do a bunch of random college algebra example questions. This first one is writing a linear equation. So we're going to find the slope. So we're going to do the change in price over the change in time. And then we use the variables they give us instead of y and x. When you're looking for a solution to a system of equations, you're looking for their intersections. All the intersection points, and this time it's point B. So you use this when you write the equation of a circle. HK is your center and R is the radius. Here's the skeleton for your circle equation. You just filled in with HK and R, and this time we have to simplify. We're going to find G of f of 0, which means we find f of 0 first. F of 0 means we're going to look at the f graph, where 0 is x, and see what the y value is. F of 0 is 4, and we're going to try to find G of f of 0. So then we plug in 4, and when we do that, we're going to look at the G graph, where x is 4. So we get the y value of 7. So G of f of 0 equals 7. The next question is f of g of 8. So you do the inside function first, that's g of 8. So we're going to look at the G graph where x equals 8 and find the y value. Then you take that answer and plug it into the f function. So 2 is your answer. Here we're just going to do the translation of the function, and we can do this with any function. Inside the function is a horizontal translation, and you do the opposite of what it says. Outside the function is a vertical translation, and you do what it says. We're going to use that function. If we want to go right 8, we got to put minus 8 inside the function. And if we want to go down 6, we got to put minus 6 outside the function. With problems like these, we're going to graph them. This one wants to know about the maximum, so you use the graphing calculator to find the maximum. And we use the x value for the answer. This question is almost a trick question. It is telling you to find x, and it gives you y. So something like this, we're going to graph them and then find the intersection. We're going to graph for this problem. They give you two different y values, and we want to see the x value where they intersect. Remember, the original problem said the domain is only from 0 to 2, so we only use that one answer. To answer this question, first you got to remember what the rational functions look like as graphs. We start with the parent function and find its vertical asymptote. The equation we have is just a translation of that. And so since the vertical asymptote is at -7, that means that our domain is going to be all real numbers except for -7, and we write that in interval notation. Here we're going to use logarithms. That way we can move the exponent. Because there's an e, we're going to use a natural logarithm. So we're going to do the natural log of both sides, and that means we can move the 3x out front as a coefficient. Remember that the natural log of e is 1, so you can just ignore it, and we're going to solve for x, so we're going to divide by 3. For this we have two linear equations, so we're going to write those equations. We have 20 peak time minutes, 70 non-peak time minutes, and the price. That's the first person. The second person has 30 peak time minutes and 100 non-peak time minutes with 99 for the price. Then we're going to solve this system of equations. So each peak time minute costs 80 cents, and each non-peak time minute costs 75 cents.